Have you ever wondered how many people really take steroids? In this video, I will show you some actual statistics and also share my personal experience after being in the fitness industry for years. So depending on who you listen to, you've probably heard that steroids are either the worst thing you can do to your body or something completely safe that has no side effects. As with most things in life, the truth lies somewhere in the middle. So before I tell you how many people actually use steroids, let's first talk about what steroids actually are. When people say anabolic steroids, what they really mean are substances that are either derivatives or act similar to testosterone, which is the primary male sex hormone, but women also have some of it in their bodies. Most testosterone or testosterone-like substances in the body generally lead to faster muscle growth, better recovery, more strength, and less body fat. Each drug achieves this in different ways, but the net effect is usually the same. You build more muscle and do it faster than someone who isn't on steroids. Now, if you aren't completely new to fitness, you probably already know this, so I won't bore you with any more details. The real question you want answered is how many people really use steroids. Answering this is really difficult because very few people would openly admit to it, but there are some studies that have asked people anonymously, which I want to share with you now. The first is a 2012 study by Pitch and Emrich. They basically asked a large number of German professional athletes of all kinds of different sports the following question. Have you ever knowingly used illicit drugs or methods in order to enhance your performance? 10.2% of the athletes answered yes to this question, which means that's the minimum number of actual steroid users. But in an earlier study, the same athletes had already done a blood test where 24.7% tested positive to the performance-enhancing drugs. This means a range from 10.2% to 34.9% of athletes is possible. Of course, there are some problems with these findings. First of all, they only ask professional athletes and not your average gym goer. Next, the term performance-enhancing drug can mean a lot of things and not just the steroids we think about in bodybuilding. So to answer the question, we have to look at different studies. There are two that I want to show you now. First, Buckley et al. Found that 6.6% of all 12th graders took some form of steroids. Next, Tricker et al. Found that 54% of competitive bodybuilders took them at least once in their lives. The reason they are interesting is that both studies used self-reporting, so participants had to admit to steroid use, which means the real numbers are probably even higher. This applies especially to competitive bodybuilders whose career depends on them performing well without open drug use. In fact, once you reach pro-level bodybuilding, basically everyone is taking steroids. There's simply no way to build that much muscle naturally, even with the perfect diet, workout, and genetics. Now, for the average gym goer, I can only give you my personal experience. Even though I never have and never will take steroids, I have talked to a lot of users and gym owners. So my personal estimation would be that around 5 to 30% of people in any gym are on juice. I know this is a big range, but the reason I don't specify it more is that gyms vary a lot. Obviously, when you train at Planet Fitness, these numbers will be a lot lower than when you train in a gym full of jacked bodybuilders. But what I can tell you is that most people underestimate how common steroid use actually is. That's because there are many people on steroids that don't look like they are. Keep in mind that even though steroids are powerful, they're no wonder drug. You would still have to lift heavy and work your ass off to see significant results. Many people simply aren't willing to do that, and they think that steroids will help them look like Arnold without ever hitting the squat rack. And that's also what I want to finish this video with. I think the current debate on steroids is completely messed up. People either completely vilify them or they see them as some sort of quick solution for their body issues. Of course, neither is true. Steroids are a complex topic that needs open discussions, and we shouldn't treat them as some backyard drug that only criminals take. But of course, that's just my personal take on it. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to support the channel. Cheers!